Hello, everybody. Welcome to your 5-minute therapy today. I am Monica, Thrive in Your Body. I'm an expert myofascial release therapist. And I'm here because I want to teach you again how to delve deeper into your body, how to understand your body, and how to start really treating it well. And treating it well for me means treating it with myofascial release. So, welcome. And this is the last day of 2022. I am shooting it on December 31st, 2022, as we're entering this new exciting year, 2023. I don't know about you, but I'm entering it with excitement, looking forward to what's going to be new. Where is this year going to take me on my journey and my friends and my family? Where are we all going? So, we never know, life's unpredictable, but we can treat ourselves well and actually give ourselves support to be ready for anything that comes. And this is also the essence of myofascial release for me. It helps me ground. It actually is my center. It is my center for treating my body well, for healing my emotions, for assisting me on my spiritual journey as well, and for knowing how to relate to people. So I look at myofascial release, and I've been looking at it for many years now, over a decade, as my guidepost. And so, what is your guidepost? And speaking of which, so when I was reflecting on what should we talk about today on this last day of 2022, I thought about talking about foundations. How do we create a right foundation, the baseline from which we can spring forward into the future? Okay. So we can talk about it on many different levels, but because I am a myofascial release therapist, I'm going to talk to you about it in terms of our body and the fascial system. So, where is the foundation of our body? Where is it located? Where, to me, the way I've been taught and the way I've been guided, I always think about my pelvis as the foundation of my body, right? The bones in my pelvis, the fascial system that holds it together and protects it and helps it function properly. That is my foundation in my body. That's what we sit on, right? That's what we use to walk, moving from our hips. That's what we use to center ourselves. Why is that? So, let me show you. I brought my plastic model of the pelvis. This is a female pelvis. This is how it looks like. These are the bones. There's no fascia on them, okay? So just so you know. So these are the pelvic bones. So this is from the front. This is a female pelvis, but the anatomy between men and women is pretty close. There's some small differences. But basically, whether you're a man or a woman, you can still kind of base yourself on this model. So just want to give you a bit of a guideline in what are we talking when we're talking about pelvis. So this is the front, this is the pubic bone. There are actually two bones linked together with a joint, and which is called the pubic symphysis. And you don't have to know the names, it really doesn't matter. And then when you turn around, this is actually the place that I wanted to talk about today, which is the sacrum. The sacrum is a beautiful name, actually. It's a sacred bone. It's our foundation. This is actually on the second segment. This sacrum has segments, okay? So on the second segment of our sacrum, around here, we have the central point of our body, the balance of our body. So this is where our balance point in our body is located, okay? So speaking of foundations, as I said, I really want to center today on foundations and how do we build the right foundation in our body. When we talk about foundations, we have to talk about the pelvis. We have to talk about the sacrum because that's where our balance point is. This is our center point of the body. It's not the head. It's not even the heart. As important as it is the pelvis and the sacrum here, the sacral bone. There's a bit of a tailbone here that we can see right at the end. And so the tailbone attaches to your sacrum. So if you want to take your hand and just place it on your back, you can feel your tailbone a bit with your finger. If you slide down, you may not really feel it. It's hidden there. But if you put your hands kind of towards the tailbone, you'll be actually holding your sacrum. So how about we do that? Just to kind of give you a sense of your body, you can take your hand and just place it on your back, your fingers towards the tailbone, and you're just holding your pelvis. Holding your sacral bone and your pelvis. If you put a hand, let me show you here. If you put a hand in front, you actually are going to be holding your pelvis, right? So with your hand in the back here, you're holding your sacrum. And you can take a deep breath and just kind of connect with it. Feel what's coming up. A lot of people actually experience pain and discomfort when it comes to the sacral bone. It's not good because we don't want to have pain at the very basis of our body, at the very foundation of it, right? Feel that place. I feel like my sacrum, there's a lot of heat. There may be some inflammation. There may be something that I still need to treat. Sometimes when we exercise a lot, when we run and walk, the sacrum gets a little unhappy because we may be all tied up around. So it's being sort of pulled in the tight links and web of fascia. So we want to treat our sacrum well by releasing the fascial system. And with myofascial release treatments and self-treatments, we obviously treat the entire pelvis. We treat it in the front. We treat it around. These are actually iliac bones. And you have your glutes here, right? Your butt, so to say. So we make sure that the muscles in the butt are also open and relaxed. That also helps our sacrum to function well. So what I wanted to do today is just give you a little bit of a starting point to start to treat your sacrum and help it be open, released, feeling happy, and moving well. Okay, so of course I brought my ball today because this is our favorite treatment tool in myofascial release. 4 to 6 inch inflatable ball. You can inflate it pretty hard, or you can kind of have it more floppy if you want to, depending on the level of comfort you have in your body when it comes to putting pressure on it. So one great starting point to create that right foundation is actually treating your glutes, your butt, right? Otherwise. And so what you can do, if you take a ball, you can sit on it, and let me point the camera here down. Okay. So I'm sitting here on the cushion. You can sit on your ball. It's probably better on the chair or the floor. And I'm already feeling, quite a lot of tightness in here. So I'm just placing the ball on that soft tissue. You never want to put it here when you have the iliac bone. You feel the hardness of the bone. You want to put it on the soft tissue right here. You can sit on it. You can lay down as well. So what I want to invite you to do is to start with actually treating your glutes, your butt, and you can start with one. Just feel into which one is tighter, which one does give you more trouble usually. We usually have one side, then it tends to be more troublesome. So remember the principles of myofascial release. We never force, and we hold the ball on our place of choice for at least 5 minutes. hence 5-minute therapy. So what I would love for you to do today is treat your glutes well so that they will create a right environment for the sacral bone. Remember, from myofascial release perspective, everything in the body is connected. Okay? So if your glutes here are tight and restricted, they're going to be pulling on the sacrum and creating a lot of discomfort, a lot of pull and tension, and making that bone actually hurt in many ways, in many instances. So what I want you to do is do that for at least 5 minutes on one side, and do that again for at least 5 minutes on the other side. You can sit down on your ball, or you can lay down and make yourself comfortable. You can move your legs to kind of find the right place. Remember to put the ball on the soft tissue. So this is a great starting point. But then what do we do with the sacrum itself? So if you've ever taken a yoga class, you probably know that, it feels good when they do this exercise when you lay down and sort of roll your back on the yoga mat and just kind of feel that space. The sacrum, see the holes here? There's a lot of nerves and blood vessels going through those holes. And there's a lot of tissue we call that we have over the sacrum as well. It's a very sensitive area in the body. Okay, so it responds to pressure. It also responds to any insults, injury. When we fall down on our tailbone, it really hurts. When you fall down on the back, it really hurts. Right? It's a very sensitive, tuned in, intricate system that responds to the environment. So we want to treat it well again. So we started from working around it, but we can also simply just lay down, and just like in your yoga class, when you lay down on your back, you can bring your knees to your chest and just feel that pressure. You can roll around a little bit in circles, or you can just feel that pressure and just ask yourself, how is that feeling? What am I noticing? What other areas of the body is this sacral bone connecting to? Your body will give you information. And then, of course, you can grab your ball and again, put it under your sacrum, lay down, and relax for at least 5 minutes. So this is one of the treatments that we do, is just putting simply, there's really nothing to think about that much. You're putting that ball right in the middle, above your tailbone, underneath your sacral bone. And you're just letting yourself relax. You may let your legs kind of splay out, and you feel that your front of the pelvis is elevated a little bit, which will actually be giving you some stretch in there as well. It will feel good in most cases. If it doesn't feel good, maybe your ball is too hard. Maybe you need a softer ball, so take some air out of it. Or just use something softer like a towel, like a rolled up towel as well, could work. So here's my 5-minute therapy challenge for you today. At the end of this year, let's create a foundation. Let's start treating our body well, and let's start with creating the right physical foundation by treating our sacral bone and making sure that it's kept in health and that the fascial system around it and within it is released and feels good. So as I said, we're going to be putting the ball on the glutes one by one for at least 5 minutes, and then putting the ball underneath the sacrum and laying on it for at least 5 minutes. Remember, if you're having extra pain, if it's really uncomfortable, your ball may be too hard, maybe you need a rolled up towel, or maybe you just need to lay on the floor for a while. And always remember, it's a 5-minute therapy, so spend at least 5 minutes on each exercise that we do. Well, beautiful. I want to wish you a wonderful new 2023 and build the right foundation to spring forward into all the excitement, joy, beautiful connections, and gifts that this year is going to offer us. So beautiful. I will talk with you very soon, and take good care of yourself. And remember, 5-minute therapy is the way.